So, while my esteemed associate and disciple, I'm just being funny now, VGamer11 put up on Instagram last night that they were in a shop and they saw Blackwing and Ripper Snapper from the Wave 2 Power of the Primes Deluxe. Pretty sure I said power wrong. I think I said prower, but never mind. Saw those for like $16.99. I know there's tax on top of that stuff, but yeah, still. And I can't find any of those anywhere. I can't find Wave 1 anywhere unless I go to Liverpool, which is about an hour's journey, and then I'm there for like half an hour and then go home because I'm boring. So out of desperation for something to buy, last night I bought Crash Combiners from the Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force line, Dragstrip and Wildbreak. I'm not that enthusiastic, can you tell? They're fine. It's just, after seeing what other people can find where they are and what they can get for roughly the same kind of money, I'm just like, really? Like, I paid, it was £17.99, something like that for these. So translate that to dollars or whatever, it's ridiculous. And there's one more set of these guys I would like, and it's the one with the weird beetle guy and Bisque. And that's it. I don't want the repaints, I don't want anything like that. Just give me that other set, and I'm good. I really don't like paying that much for them. But let's get past all that rubbish and get to the actual figures. So we'll have a look at Dragstrip. It's a yellow car with the red window at the front painted, and the side windows not painted. That I've literally only just noticed doing this review. That's a bit lazy, guys. But he's a yellow car, I guess, because it's got wheels, but from the top it looks okay, but as soon as you look at it from the front you're like, well, that's not really a car. I know it's the Crash Combiners, so I'll have to let him off with that. But even from the side you're like, what is it, a gremlin? It's not a very good looking car. I mean, it's got a bit of purple, that's kind of neat. It's got these big vents, okay. Whatever these are, I think they're more for a later mode. But it doesn't look great at all. And that's a shame, because I like these guys. So, I want to like these guys. I spent money on these guys, I better like these guys. But it's not very interesting, is it? Which is a shame. Dragbrake, the slightly more interesting of the two. And I say slightly. It's a sort of indie car. It's not like a full F1 because it's too fat, but the little shortened like Indy 500. Is it Indy 500 or Formula Ford? Formula Ford, I'm pretty sure, but don't think they have the spoiler. It's some little racing formula-ish car, and it's fine. It's very blue, and that kind of blurs out the detail because you just sat there going, "Wow, this is blue." Apart from the random red bit in the middle. Nice little spoiler on it. Some holes that I assume are some sort of air intake. Screws. I'll let them off. I don't really care that much. Big spoiler, which I assume is for the combining mode. But the fact that they've used it for something useful like the spoiler, I'll let them off. What's that say there? 72191. Don't know if I've just broken the matrix code or something there, but there you go. Oh look, there's another one. Yeah, that's exactly. I can't be bothered reading. And yeah, it's fine. And I didn't mess something up. Let's just fix that quickly. Yeah, so it's fine. And there's stuff and there's things. And Dragstrip is basically the same character as always. From what I can tell, he's just aggressive and wants to attack things because he can. Wildbreak, which you'd think would be some sort of combination of Wild Rider and Breakdown, from what I can gather is basically just Breakdown, but in a completely different vehicle mode. And is basically just boring and miserable and whiny, and he's basically Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, if you know who Eeyore is. From what I can gather, anyway. And you're like, well, that's great. Thanks, guys. But size comparisons, we'll put those two there. And we'll put the B-side set, the Prime Strong set, and the, I've forgotten the name, but I think it's Skyhammer set. So they're about the same size as everything else. There's not much more to say about it, really, is there? Come on, don't look at me like that. So, cup of tea. Let's transform, shall we? Again, we'll start with Dragstrip. So you get him, and you stand him up. And you fold out the arms a bit. Yay! They'll go all the way to there. That's exciting. Fold out the arms a bit. Split the legs a bit. Now this is mainly for the lighter mode, but I think if you split them and you just leave it so that that hook hits the other, it gives them a bit more natural of a stance. Then you grab the collar bit, fold it forward, flip up the head, close it. And the heads, kinda pretty. The heads on all these guys are quite pretty, but then the rest of it's just lacking in paint. I know these are supposed to be, and I mean supposed to be cheap figures, but really, come on guys, give me a bit of paint for this. So you put that there. And we get Wildbreak, because it's not a stupid name at all. And you stand it up, and you flip the toes forward. And you grab the collar, and you fold it down, flip out the head, which I definitely didn't leave out for vehicle mode before. Definitely didn't. Pull out the arms. Now this one I've got a bit of an issue with. These side pieces fold out for the combined mode, and every now and then they don't want to lock in properly. This one seems to be playing ball now, but sometimes it just doesn't lock properly, and that's a bit of a shame. But he's kind of neat. There are actually moulded in feet in there, they just don't look great. And yeah, he kind of looks like someone's got different coloured rubbers, or erasers as Americans might call them. They've got those with different colours. They've drawn on the shapes, then just stacked them up like a totem pole. He doesn't look very cohesive. It's a little bit of a shame. Again, head is rather pretty. It looks more like Transformers Prime Breakdown than anything else, but, you know, fine, because that guy was a whiner and a pessimist, wasn't he? Yeah. Until he died. Spoilers! So, they're kind of pretty, I guess. Let's bring this up a little bit. Yay! And I will give you the rest of the guys. So, there's Morby. Stop it. There's Sideswipe. There's Strongarm. There's Optimus, who towers over everyone. There's Sky Sledge. And, I don't know, Steam Hammer, whatever he was called. So, you know, they're exactly the same height, and if you're not paying attention, they do blur and blend in with the rest of the guys. But let me just point something out to you again. This one and this one should technically be fighting against all 6 of these. We need to stop this Decepticon under-representation, boys and girls. Right? We need more Decepticons. This is not an even fight. You can't say it's like Transformers Animated where these guys were built for combat and these guys aren't. And go, oh yeah, but they're worth like 2 just also bots. You go, oh, okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2. You've got 1 spare, and Optimus GD Prime. I said GD for gosh darn. It doesn't even out. I mean, I know there's the other one with the Beetle and Bisque and stuff, and I do want that because it just looks silly and I really want it. And fine, then I'd have 4 against 6, and that's not as bad. And people would say, okay, well you can get the repaint of these guys, the sort of really weird lilac repaint of these guys. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a thing. But why would I want that? It's just a repaint of these with a different name. If I was going to do that, there's also a repaint of these two. In, well, different shades of blue and white. What's the point? So, Decepticons are underrepresented and we need it fixed. Okay? Right. Now, yeah, let's just push these guys to the back for now. I can't be bothered. Yeah, right. Dominoes! Combine mode! And for combine mode, we've got to go back to vehicle mode. So, yeah, so push him back together, fold down the collar bit, fold the head in, and he's done. Push in the arms, fold up the toe bit, and this, which I definitely didn't forget at the beginning of the review. And he's done. And then, you get them and they drive along, and they go, change, Wildbreak. Sorry. Where's all this getter imagery coming from? Come on, it's not my fault, is it? So you get Dragstrip and Wildbreak, and they're going to combine and become Drag Break. What? Wild Strip would have been a much better name than Drag Break. Whatever, fine. So you put the connector bits together and you push them together. Yay! And the spoiler folds up. Spoilers. And the front folds open and the arms drop out. Now, you split the legs, fold out the toes. I like to just push in the top there, and then fold the toe out. And then you're actually, I believe, supposed to bend these at a hinge in there up. Don't know why, but I believe you're supposed to. Let's bring this up a little bit. And then we have Drag Break. It's not a very butch name, is it? And he's kinda cool. I'll give him that. This face is beautiful. Like, just look at that. That's really sinister. It kind of looks like a fembot, you know, because of how thin it is and how narrow the jaw is and the random add of pink. But this paint is quite well applied. It's got the funny code. Can you scan that? Can you scan that? No, because I've got the window, well, I've got the blinds open. But whatever, it's fine. You can find a picture of it online, I dare say. The legs are lackluster, as they always are. And see those bits that were possibly vents or something? Oh no. They're knee guards. Oh, that's so clever. I like Wildbreak. Dragstrip's a bit generic. But that's not the fun of the combiner, the Crash Combiners, because you can get all these guys and you can all swap them. So you can get that one like that and get this one like that. And you get this one. One of the good things about these guys is they are very small and they don't take a lot of time to transform. So, you know, I can do these very quickly on the review. So how you doing? Going anywhere nice on your holidays? Yeah? No? No? Alright, that's a shame. Vacation? No? Alright, fair enough. I'm poor at the minute, okay? Leave me alone. Oh, actually, that's something I wanted to mention. I've had a failed delivery of a random parcel I wasn't expecting, which I'm going to have to pick up later. It's still quite early now. I'm waiting for the post in case something else turns up, and then I might go and pick it up and see what that is, and I will try and bring it back here to open. Thank you, Doc. Thank you for running around. because I'm not expecting anything that should be this week. My things I'm expecting are next week. So I don't know if that's Belucius finally following through on his threats, or I don't know what that is, so I'll have to have a see. So yeah, let's swap these bits around. So you can take that off there, and you can make him, what would this be? Wild Hammer? Something like that? I don't know. Wild Sledge? I don't know. Look at him with Bumblebee! Haha! Combine. And look! Look! Now they look really, really yellow. They look like different types of... what's the word? Mustard. That's the word I was trying to think of. And basically you can do that sort of thing. Yeah, do you want him on Optimus? Let's do him on Optimus. It works for me. Now Optimus has got yellow pants. There's exciting for you. If they had Decepticons to go with, because this doesn't make a lot of sense, unless it's like the Scramble City and the Decepticons have got something where they can take over who they combine with. Like, he's now taken over the legs. He's now taken over the body. I'd give them that, but because there's nothing that specifically says so, then, you know. In fact, the only thing they do say is when these two combine, they don't sort of try and mash the characters, which are like one's really wild and one's really sort of down and depressed. No, the really wild one just takes over. Because that's not lazy writing at all, is it? I don't know, guys. I don't want to be like down and miserable and stuff during this review. I don't. But these guys are a bit lackluster. They're just not. They're not as exciting as I hoped they'd be. I mean, I was going to review my animated Megatron, but you know. Tea. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll find something and I'll do another knockoff review later or tomorrow. We'll see. But we'll just have to see how things go. So, I should be ugly. I should be wretched. And I shall see all of you in the next one. Now, where are my change of pants?